looking Barney. Doesn't matter where he is in the league, they love him. The Barney Army in terrific voice here in Liverpool. He flew in from the Netherlands this morning. He looks relaxed, he looks up for it, despite being bottom of the table and despite being the wrong end of 4 straight defeats in the last 4 weeks. Will it be a change of luck for the 5-time champion of the world? Your commentary team, Nigel Pearson and Sid Waddell.
Well, me and Nigel have been dancing in the streets with the locals, celebrating Billy Fury's birthday, and I'm told that Sergeant Pepper's Darts Club band are here too. Been given the night off. Local last there from Liverpool. Done with the glamour, on with the drama now. And that's a hard run in with Baxter, Whitlock, Jenks. Needs 2 points here at his weight to catch up ahead of the odds. 4th or 5th in the table.
And Raymond van Barneveld really entering last chance saloon here. It's getting desperate for him. 5 points in the White Mackay Premier League victory. Nothing else will do for Barney, so a big game for him here as well. Has to really step up his performance levels. It's the world number 2 against the world number 3. What a match in prospect here.
Barney last week lost 8-6 to Whitlock. Was 6-1 down and 7-3. Average 100. Still lost. He's up against a formidable opponent who in the last 2 weeks
58.
has had 14 180s with. Crowd here. Scousers massively for the Dutchman. Brilliant second dot.
135.
James Wade, who played in the UK Open qualifier at the weekend and was put out in the 4th round by the Power, 6-4. Worked out to beat Gary Eastwood in the 3rd round at the weekend. UK Open qualifier 6, that was a derby last weekend. Haven't seen too much of this man in the UK Open qualifiers. And won't see him at the Reebok, of course, but he, on his day, still more than a match for anybody.
School of thought thinking that he could get back some of his edge if he played in those tournaments, which attracted about 170 players at weekends. Wade, as I say, in phenomenal form last week. Should have had Taylor. It's 7-4, having led 5-2. Ominous for Barney. How many 180s Wade's getting?
45.
Still been a remarkable transformation for James Wade after a pretty poor start to the Premier League campaign. Wade has hit back in style and has given himself every chance of making the playoffs.
140.
Now Barneveld sat at 132. Tall order.
Could be one on these 3-dart checkouts. Treble 19. Once the ball. Oh, lucky top wire.
Width of the wire for Barney. That was brilliant. Top effort from Raymond van Barneveld. But Wade now sat on 80 to hold his throw. Needs 20 for tops here for a 1-0 advantage with the throw. Tops the target. Barney sat on 25. Has to take this out.
60.
Misses it. Chance for Barney to break the throw.
Raymond, you require 25.
In his best week 5 in Manchester against Jenkins, 8-4, 107 average. Double 8 coming in.
Inside the first leg. Raymond
Barney average in the better at the moment. 90 plays 80. Wade hasn't dipped his feet in the Mersey water yet. That's ominous for Wade. That's a beauty. That's perfect. Bondo left.
140.
He'll be happy with that though, Barneveld. Sat on 5 points, as I mentioned earlier, and realistically he's got to win all his remaining games in the last 4
96.
weeks of the White Mackay Premier League. Next week he's got Terry Jenkins in Aberdeen, he's got Mervyn King in Newcastle, and then he's got Ronnie Baxter in Nottingham. So there is
57.
Still a possibility that Barney may stage a dramatic recovery and nick a place in the top 4, but he has to win this game here, has to win it.
Wade has to as well to get on 11 points. Off with the lads. And what an amazing series they had. In our Wade's first time in the league, first 2 times they met. 2 narrow wins to Barney. Then in the semi, Wade beat Barney. And last year, Coventry night, Wade was 4-1 down, and he won 8-6. 6 on the trot. And has had a 7 on the trot win as well. We're quite capable of bringing in the afterburner. Brilliant treble.
Yeah, superb treble 18 with the last throw there. Brilliant. And you get the feeling these boys are warming up nicely to put on a top display. With Wade sat on 131 now to try and break back immediately.
Wade's target is Ronnie Baxter, who's sitting fourth at the moment. -1. Big win here by Wade. Could take that spot. But we could end up with 4 or 5 players on 11 at the end of the night. Tightest Premier League ever.
Well,
this is tight.
72 for Barneveld then for a 2-0 advantage. 20 for Tops now. Should be a run-of-the-mill shot for Barney, and he can't take it out. Wade for one apiece now. Tops the target, and an immediate break of throw back in Wade's favour.
Brilliant ring of the bed ominous for Barney. Wade finding the trebles, the 60s.
Third leg, James.
And there's an incredible difference between the 180s.
The first of all,
Up the press.
Game on.
9-11, 43 180s to Wade, only 28 to Barney. Lovely adjustment, Nigel.
And that will have hurt Barney.
100.
You could see it with his body language once again when he conceded that leg. He knows he should have taken it out.
Doesn't mind that lie. Can do an understacker.
97.
Should have so many of the treble on. Say last week it was amazing. We should have had Taylor 7-4 up. Then, in what became the deciding leg, Taylor did a magic 1-7-1 to get to the double.
140.
Ominous for Barney. How nice and casual James is getting the red bit, the lipstick. Bad lie. Cover.
Well, absolutely. That game last week with the power where
46.
James Wade drew 7 apiece, as you've just mentioned. But I think looking back on it, Sid, in the early stages of the Premier League, James would have been more than satisfied to take a point off the power. He's only the second game this season that's happened where Phil Taylor's concerned. So James has hit back quite nicely to put himself in with a chance of Wembley.
Barney to win, Wade in the bin,
58.
we shall see.
James require 121.
Anyone who had a dart would look at this. Say, they're going lovely.
Wade readjusting here to set himself up for the
57.
best finish possible on his next visit. Barneveld a mile behind here. This leg has surely gone from him now.
Dramatic turnaround. He was averaging 5 points ahead of Wade. Now he's down 10.
100.
88 plays 99.
James requires 64.
To get the old bandwagon rolling. The holder. Remember, Barney. He's never been to the final of the Premier League. This man's the holder. Tops won by Wade.
44.
He'll be back for that. No problem for James Wade. Barneveld probably knows this leg is beyond him. He's got to focus on regrouping and holding his throw with 41. The next leg. Double 10 for Wade.
Took me there now, he gets the point. He's not grouping, he's missing by half an inch. Wadey for the lead. Red bits. Good marker. Middle of the bed to the left. It's a dangerous lie. It's angled wrong for a lie. Got to be an air shot.
No score.
Went for the line. Bad shot.
Well. 5 missed doubles for James Wade now. Just as we were saying, they were warming up nicely. And the finishing lets James Wade down.
127.
Surely this time.
James required 20.
And Taylor beats. Wade final. James Wade
Third leg.
showing his calmness under pressure.